Once upon a time, Europe was like a chocolate tray, defenseless and delicious. The Muslims, who had already taken Spain, said, "Hey guys, let's get going. Let's grab a little more of Europe." And off they went, with lots of swords, full of excitement and hoping to get their hands on tons of gold. Alright, let's begin this story. The Muslims began marching toward France. Along the way, every city they conquered, they gathered tons of gold and fabric. Since they had no place to store it, they had to carry it all with them. The further they went, the heavier the loot became. But this actually boosted the army's morale. Everyone knew that eventually these treasures would be shared among them, and each one would get a nice reward. On the other side, a man named Charles lived. He wasn't a king nor a hero. He was just an ordinary commander, but he knew how to gather soldiers and fight. These guys think they are unstoppable. All right, everyone, let's show them what we've got.
My lord, our swords are old. How are we supposed to defend ourselves?
Bravery isn't about the sword. With a good plan, we can beat them. Charles gathered an army made up of peasants and a few professional soldiers, people who were better at planting potatoes than wielding swords.
How are we supposed to stand against them with a shovel? A shovel's better. You hit them from a distance.
I came here to eat some bread, not to fight. I want to go back. Two armies lined up on the plains of Tours. In what is modern-day northern France, the Muslims wore armor and fine clothes. The Franks, they had worn-out clothes and patched-up armor, but they stood firm, unmoving, and resolute. At night, the Muslim camp was lively. They sat around the fire, drinking tea, chewing dates, and sorting through their loot. How many hours do you think we'll fight tomorrow?
2 hours. Then we'll have a celebration.
Don't forget, these Europeans don't know what they are doing. On the other side, the Franks ate half-cooked potatoes and prayed they would survive.
If I survive,
I'm never swinging a sword again. I don't want to fight either. I just wanted a proper meal. At dawn, the ground trembled under the hooves of the horses. The Muslims attacked like a flood, but the Franks stood firm like a wall. The harder the attack, the stronger the Frankish defense became. Charles decided to change the game. He secretly sent some soldiers behind the enemy lines, where the treasure was. The plan was simple: hit them where the gold is, and they'll get distracted. Oh my God! Look at all this gold!
Bro, there's honey jars too. Let's take everything.
In the middle of the battle, the Muslims noticed smoke rising from their camp and heard shouting. Everyone stopped fighting. Our camp! They are stealing the loot! Let's go back! The gold is being taken! The Muslim ranks, which just minutes ago were like an iron wall, now turned into a chaotic birthday party. Some were running after the gold, some were stuck at the camp, and others didn't know whether to fight or flee. Seeing this chaos, Charles seized the opportunity. With a brief command, he sent his soldiers into the heart of the Muslim army. The Franks, who had been defending until then, now surged like a flood onto the confused and disoriented enemy. In the midst of the chaos, the Muslim commander Abdul Rahman al-Kafiki was killed. With his death, the army completely collapsed. That night, without any further looting, the remaining Muslim forces fled in panic. And that's how, with a simple plan and iron patience, a small army stopped a massive invasion in Europe. Europe was saved from collapse for a while, all thanks to a bunch of stubborn farmers and a clever commander who became known as Charles the Hammer. And that's it, guys. The story's done. Click like, boom, see you soon.